watching, how did you get there? So today we are joined by the great Rodney.
Hey.
Hi, welcome.
Long time.
I know. Listen, since 2013 we left uni. Now you're here, sat with me.
Now you're showing my age. People ain't gonna believe my age.
Well, we're gonna get right into it, Rodney. Please introduce yourself. Tell people what you do, who you are, and what you're up to.
Okay. Where do I even start?
Anyway, start from the interesting stuff.
So my name is RODNEY Leandro, and I'm an entrepreneur. I have a car rental business. I trade forex. I co-manage an artist, and I also play semi-professional football.
Wow, how many things were that? That was about 5 things on one plate. Like, how are you managing all of that, Rodney? That's a lot. That is a lot. So do you work 9 to 5 or this is what you do full time?
So yeah, this is what I do full time.
Seriously?
I was previously working in recruitment.
Okay.
And because in recruitment you can make decent money, I just saved my commission and then, went into what I wanted to do. And before I finished working, I was doing it alongside as well. So it's just, time is priority. So whatever you prioritize, you can have time for.
So you transitioned from the 9 to 5 into the full time being an entrepreneur. Can you talk about the transition and what made you say, you know what, this is time. I'm ready now to live my 9 to 5 job and now work for myself. How did you know it was time and you were ready, and what happened with that transition?
So I don't know if anyone can relate, but after I graduated from uni, I was just working and I couldn't even get a job in a field that I had studied for.
See, I can relate, yeah.
I was just working at Burberry doing retail. I was even trying to get into their head office, but they wasn't trying to take me. So naturally, I just wanted more in life, and I kept thinking, how is it that I could achieve more?
Yeah.
And I was just listening to music, and I heard a good quote by Napoleon Hill in a Rick Ross song, Mastermind, and it was in the intro, and I was like, oh, that sounds quite good. And then I saw the guy's name, Napoleon Hill. Yeah. Then I started reading the sales book by Brian Tracy because I wanted to go down sales and start growing. Yeah. And he mentioned the same person, Napoleon Hill, and it said, whatever the mind can conceive and believe, the mind can achieve.
Wow, yes.
And I was like, hold on.
Yeah.
Rick Ross and Brian Tracy.
Doesn't go hand in hand.
They don't have a lot in common. So who's this Napoleon Hill guy?
Yeah.
Why are they mentioning him? And his quotes are crazy.
Yeah.
And I stumbled across a book called Think and Grow Rich. And that really started opening up my mind in terms of, just attaining success in whatever you're doing. Yeah. And I still tried to do it in retail. And I just think through what I was manifesting into, my reality and what I was thinking, it attracted people to start giving me opportunities. And because I was open-minded and I already started reading business books, when someone came with a business opportunity, I would hear them out at least, rather than just having a closed mind and saying, no, I don't want to do it. Exactly. And what I had to do sometimes is, just sacrifice some social time in terms of when I was working.
That time now. You can't go out to dinners, you can't meet up with friends.
you know how it goes, and then it starts getting all personal when you don't attend things. But it's one of them ones where the real people stay around, and if someone allows you to make it up to them because you couldn't come to something, then those people stay around as well. Yeah, absolutely.
I think in your field, right, like sales and having to somewhat persuade people in a way. Do you think you're born with that, or people can get that?
People can absolutely get that, because I swear to you, I don't know if Percy remembers me too much from uni. I wasn't the most confident person. I had
you had to make him talk.
Exactly, you had to make me talk, and I was pretty shy. I would only talk to people if they spoke to me first, or if someone said, "Oh, she likes you, go talk to her." Then I'll go and talk to you. But apart from that,
that's where it matters the most.
I just couldn't go and speak to people, and I know why it was. It was because my mind would always play what would go wrong. Oh no, she's gonna say you're too tall.
That's something right there. You would already see what could go wrong, and before even you made a scenario in your head, and you're living out of a scenario that's so fake, that's not even happened yet.
Exactly that, and it would overwhelm me to the point where I would just freeze. So I'd be like, no.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it.
You know what? They can come and talk to me if they want to talk to me.
Yeah.
I ain't got to talk to them. It's too much pressure.
Yeah.
So it can definitely be developed. So many people that I work with, they were at the stage that I was at, and just by me doing what I done for myself with them, it allows them to start changing the way they are. So it's not something, well, we're all born, so yeah, you are born with it, but you need to do the right stuff to bring it out of yourself.
So that's just confidence. That showed that you had to grow into confidence. So which means you used to lack confidence before.
Absolutely.
So normally we women we're so open about talking about, oh, I don't have confidence, I need help, but men don't really talk about I didn't have confidence. And the fact that you mentioned that shows that, you know, it's something that we also need to talk about. So when you realize, okay, I don't really have this confidence to sort of approach people, you started having to do self-development, actually work towards having that confidence. But when did it click that I want to work on my confidence and actually accept that I didn't have any confidence to work on it to the point that you're the Rodney we see today?
This is gonna sound crazy, but I had conversations with myself.
Wow.
So when I started reading all these personal development things, you know, you have that voice in your head that you can hear. Well, I hope everyone has that. I feel like it's your conscious.
That'd be God talking to you, you know, telling you like, God, I got you.
You're conscious. And I started asking questions to when it would start getting scared in terms of, hold on, why do you think that's going to happen? Okay, what if I do it and it doesn't happen? Why do you always think this type of way? And when I started doing things that were out of my comfort zone, and then I would reflect on how it went, it was never the way my mind thought it was going to be. So then I started consciously seeing that the way I'm seeing things is not the reality. And it's never as bad as what I think it's going to be. So just go and do it, reflect upon it, and then see how you can improve.
So have you had though a moment of failure where you did have, you know, the thing that you really hated, you didn't want to happen? Have you ever had a moment where you failed and you're like, oh my God,
I'm not doing this again?
What did you do to bounce back?
All the time.
I mean, if we could count that amount, like, we'll be rich right now.
All the time. And that's the difference between being an employee and a business person. The mindset of an employee is that, let me not make mistakes, let me not fail. Because if I do, I'm getting fired. But from an entrepreneur perspective, if you don't fail and make mistakes, you will never grow, you will never be successful.
I like that,
but the most important thing about failing is you need to look at what you can do better and why it went wrong and instantly change that. That's the biggest challenge in business. If you don't realize what you're doing wrong quickly and keep doing wrong and keep analyzing it, then it will never get right. So it's just analyzing the failures quickly and changing it. So I'll give you an example. When I used to have to do presentations.
Uni days.
Literally. So, but now I was doing it from a business point of view. I used to speak a lot of English that shouldn't be spoken today because, you know, I grew up in East London. So I was a bit hood and then I was shy as well.
A bit hood, okay, we'll keep it a bit hood.
So yeah, I was a bit hood and I was shy. And I had to try and do a presentation. And I was speaking to someone that, you know, was middle class. There was a teacher. And I just froze. And I was like, so, you know, what end do you want to go to have a meeting? Then I was like, oh my, did I just say that? And they just laughed. And I laughed as well. And then in my head, I'm thinking, okay, it isn't the best scenario, but it's not as bad as what I thought it would have been if I made a mistake. And, you know, they understand that we're humans as well. We make mistakes. So if you can turn your mistakes into things that are good and then just think, okay, let me not say that next time, but it wasn't that bad, so I can just keep coming out of my comfort zone and keep trying things, then you'll keep growing and you can learn from mistakes and you won't be scared to do things.
So you had to change your language in order to be in business. I like that because sometimes people feel like I don't have to change, I can just be me and do me and still attain the success I want. You know, I can talk like this in a way that's like, okay, just minimize, you know, some words. People don't really do that sometimes, but in business there's a different language, you know. Exactly that, you know. But you change your language and you're from East London and it's like just seeing you now in the way you talk and the way you present yourself, your presentation is great. And you know, if you came to me like, you know, I want to be in business with you, the way you look and the way you are, I'll be comfortable with that. And sometimes people, you know, being in business, there's a lot of things you have to, like your mind, the way you think, you have to change that, the way you see things, the way you accept things, the people around you. There's a lot of change, you know, when you're coming into this entrepreneurship world. So what changes have you made that are Like you had to, like some people you had to leave behind. You know, from uni days, we thought we were going to all be together and grow up together, you know, and always live next door to each other. But there's some people now that we don't even know where they are because we had to leave them behind in order to pursue our dreams. What things have you had to change that are dramatic, you know?
I would say one of the main things that I had to change was the environment that I was in.
Okay.
So being from East London and just growing up with the people that I knew, it was very easy to go the wrong way in terms of, you know, just thinking about fast money or doing an illegal business of some sort. And it's one of those ones where when you're in the situation, you don't think there's a way out, and you become who you associate yourself with. So you slowly start changing your character, changing your mindset, and you think like those of who you was around. But when you come out of it and see that there's something different, now when you go back to those same people, you're instantly thinking, should I even be here anymore? This doesn't feel the same. Now I know better. Shouldn't I go and do better? So what I would do is I would just have, you know, personal conversations with those who were in that situation and say like, what do you actually want to do in life? And have you tried something else apart from, you know, what we're doing? And did it work? Did it not work? If they kind of accepted that conversation and I could see that there was scope for growth and they wanted to go where I wanted to go that we hadn't been yet, then they could stay around. But if I saw that they just shut it down and they wasn't trying to change, then I would slowly just say, look, you know, we're cool. I love you, but
I love you from afar.
I'm doing this. And that means that we won't be able to see each other that much, or, you know, we may drift apart a bit, but it's just because of what I want to do and where I'm going. So it's nothing personal. I had conversations like that with a few people and they were like, okay, you know, fair enough. Go do your thing, all the best. You know, I don't want to do what you're doing. I want to stay doing my thing. And okay, you've noticed something, fair enough. So the main thing was changing the environment that I was in. The second thing was probably music as well, because music plays a big part in how you think and how you see things. To the point of where the frequency and vibration of music that we listen to does something to our mind. This is why, you know, rich people listen to opera and music of a slower tempo. It allows them to think better thoughts, and that vibration that it operates at is that of a genius, if you know what I'm saying. There's a certain vibration and frequency that you can get your mind to that a genius can operate at. So I had to change a lot of music that I was listening to because it was about material things a lot, and, you know, about viewing females in a different way.
Amen, Jesus. Thank you for that change.
What frequency is a Taylor Swift song gonna get in your mind?
Taylor Swift.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
is that for you or is that for a friend?
Oh, never. You know, I don't know if that makes you a genius or not. You know?
No, that definitely doesn't. And because I wasn't listening to that music, I don't really know what frequency it was at. But in terms of, you know, rap and hip hop, it's at a vibration that, you know, doesn't allow your mind to grow, and it makes you lazy. It makes you not want to do anything but go and do what they're saying, and it just makes you a bit more aggressive. Now, in terms of opera, for instance, it makes you calmer. It makes you have a different perspective on things. You just feel at ease. You feel positive, and then you just start thinking about certain things that would make you focus on what you need to do, rather than, you know, let me go out here, let me go out there, let me go rave. You'd never think that if you're listening to opera.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna say I'm gonna go home and listen to some opera now, because I'm not gonna lie, my calm music, of course, is the gospel. Like, I love gospel music. For me, it does something to me. Like, I sit there and I listen to that, and I'm with you with the music, because music does play a big part. For example, I remember I was dealing with a few girls when I went to talk, and then there was like, oh, I can't abstain from sex. I really, you know, I don't know how to stop. Like, I want to stop having sex, but I was like, okay, what do you listen to? And then their playlist came down. All it spoke about was just telling them to have sex. I was like, maybe change the music And then maybe, you see your mind starts to change, and sometimes it is what you listen to, because we're allowing it into our minds, and we're listening to this, and the words are powerful. The Bible says, words bring life. We speak life through our words, and we speak depth through our words. So what are you listening to? Even people, it's not just music, it's the people you're listening to, mentors. Having mentors, the right mentors to help you, guide you in the business world. You have to make sure that the right voice is coming into your ear. You can't listen to everybody and anything. You have to have the right people around you. So what's your circle like? What's your inner circle?
And that will bring me on to my next point anyway. So I left certain people that wasn't trying to go where I was going. And then I found mentors through audiobooks. So if I wasn't listening to, the music that I was listening to before, it'd be audiobooks, or it would be better music. And then I had a mentor that I could meet as well. And with regards to mentors, someone should only be your mentor if they live the way you want to live in the future, or if they have what you've never had and you're trying to attain it. Because if you have a mentor that's on the same level as you, or is not even on the same level as you, how can they truly be your mentor? What they're telling you, they can't even do it themselves. But yet they're trying to tell you. It's like when people say, people that ain't in relationships trying to give married people advice. Like, how can you do that? You're not married.
You've never walked the journey yet.
Exactly. Or somebody that, lacks finances tries to give you financial advice. How can they do
Everybody's a financial advisor these days. Let me tell you. I'll tell you how to make money, and then they come, can I borrow £50, please? Everybody wants to be something, but the thing is, we live in a society where everybody wants to be seen as something. Everybody wants to have this title. They want to be CEO of something, but no employees. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody wants to feel like I am at this level in my life, keeping up appearances. We live in a society that's keeping up appearances. So with yourself currently, you are on your journey of becoming. You are this entrepreneur that's still becoming. So would you say you've arrived yet?
No. Absolutely.
So where are you right now? What in your journey of, like, where do you see yourself? Like, are you still learning? Where are you in your journey of as an entrepreneur?
So where I am I'm in a position that I can now provide for myself independently, and I can help others do the same thing. But I haven't reached the point to where I don't need to even do anything anymore, and I can just go wherever I want, do whatever I want. I still need to be actively doing what I'm doing, to produce income. But I know that you can get to a point where even if you didn't do nothing for a year, you're still making 6 figures. And, why anyone should want to get to that point is so that they can have the time and money to do what they really want to do in life, to really find out who they are themselves. Because so many people work so much today, they just think that, oh yeah, I'm a banker, or I'm a nurse, or I'm a doctor. But okay, that's your profession, but who are you really? Have you ever taken time out just to get to know yourself and really find out what you like outside of what everyone promotes you to like? So, that's the main reason I got into entrepreneurship as well, to have that time and money, just to go and travel the world, see how different things are.
Live before we die.
Exactly. Exactly, because life is very short.
It is very short.
It is very short, and to give so much of your life to corporations that will discard you if they find a quicker way, because we see it today.
It's happening.
So much technology is replacing jobs. If you go to airports nowadays, there's no one working there no more. There was there before. Even in Tesco, that's downstairs, self-service checkouts. Those people had jobs. What are they doing now? So if you don't adapt to what's going on, then you're always going to be in a place where now you can't even get to know yourself. Now you don't have time to do anything else. You'd become so close-minded, and you just live the life that the corporations want you to live, which I'm not trying to do that.
Nah, me too. See, we're doing the things now that most people won't do, so we can live the life then most people can.
Exactly.
But the sacrifice is now.
Yeah, absolutely.
We have to sacrifice right now, which is amazing. Oh my God, Rodney. I can't believe I'm sitting to the next Rodney I used to sit to next to in class. I'm like, hi, Rodney. I'm like, hi, Percy. And the way you're confident and looking good, so is Rodney single?
Well,
we'll be coming back. I mean, we have to drop the tea sometimes, But anyways, guys, this is Rodney, and it's been amazing having you on the show and talking about your journey, which you've been very transparent about. And it's good to have people that can say, you know what? I'm currently on my journey. I'm not there yet, but I'm willing to share what I've learned so far. And that's what you did. And we really appreciate that, because yeah, we need more people who can rise up and talk about the journey, not just the end or the beginning. Let's talk about the process. But this is your girl Percy. You're watching How Did You Get There?